All right, this position happened in the game you're about to see. And what would you do if you were playing as black? A couple notes about this spot. So if we, as black, just make some regular improving move, like doubling up rooks, you'll see that we're a few moves away from losing because the queen can go here, and the point here is that they're threatening to checkmate us. So how do we prevent checkmate? I'll give you about 5 seconds to think about it, and then I've got a follow-up situation after that. The move that I would suggest here is queen to d2. What that does is it kind of blocks off the h6 square that the white queen is trying to get to and forces a queen trade. In this position, we're up a bishop, so a big trade like that would help us. However, let's go back to the original position, and let's imagine that you didn't see either of those ideas. You didn't see that the opponent is close to checkmating you, but you did see that there was a free pawn in the middle of the board. So let's say that you had played a move like this. As you can see from the evaluation bar, you're still winning, but we still have to worry about checkmate. So here, a move that white could make is to take back your bishop. And now I'm going to pause for a few seconds. What would you do here as black to prevent the opponent from winning? It's actually a pretty cool move. So what you can do here is go like that. So you go to d1. So what happens here is the opponent actually can't take your queen because it's checkmate. So that would be the recommendation if you had decided to take the pawn in the center. But let's go back one more because I have a final scenario. What if in this position the opponent doesn't try to go for your bishop and instead they go immediately for the checkmating idea? So they move their queen over and they're threatening checkmate in 1. I'm going to pause the video. What would you do in this spot as well? In this position, the move would be bishop to g2. So what you're doing here, it's a forcing move. The king has to take it, and then you can force a queen trade by going up to d2 with your own queen. Now, in order to not lose the queen, they have to take back yours, you take back, and you're in a winning endgame. So as I mentioned, this happens in the video you're about to see, so stay tuned. So we're facing an e-pawn opening. I usually like to match the opponent. They're attacking my pawn. I'm going to defend my pawn. This is the Queen's Gambit declined. They're attacking my pawn again. I will defend it with my knight. Okay, they are trying to remove my defender. My central pawn is under attack. How can I defend it? I think I'm going to defend it with a pawn. All right, let's ask this bishop where it wants to go. Let's develop our knight. I don't want their knight to jump to the e5 square, but I'm not sure I can stop it. And honestly, I don't know if it really matters. So let's develop the bishop. Creates a sneaky attack on their bishop. All right, if I castle here, is there any threat? Now that they've moved their bishop, I think I want to take this pawn, because then they've kind of wasted a tempo. Now I think I'm going to improve my knight and attack their bishop. Don't think they saw it, so I'm going to take the bishop. This looks to be winning. All right, let's, what do I want to do? I'm going to bring my bishop back first. But where do I want to put it? Probably here is fine. At this point, I'll look to trade pieces. So I do like my knight, but I'll probably trade it for theirs if I can. Hope you guys are liking the video so far. If you do, please like and subscribe. Let's see what's going on with this queen. I think I'm going to take a piece and then castle. Castle. I don't see any threats yet. I need to get my light square bishop developed. I think I'm going to go with these 2 pawn moves over here. I'm going to go a6 and b5. I also want to put my bishop on f6. That kind of lines up with their queen. I think we're looking good. Okay, as I mentioned, I do want to trade. So I'm going to do that. Trade. Let's get this plan going. I'm going to push my pawns here and try to get their bishop out of the way. I need to develop my own bishop. Okay, so he's going to try to get aggressive. How do I trade queens? All right, let's attack their bishop. Ooh, I might want to push my pawn 1 more square up. Okay, hold on. Let's develop the queen. I imagine he was going to try to attack me with the rook next move. Next, I'm looking at that backwards pawn. It's lined up with the king, so I might be able to get my dark square bishop over there. Getting everything lined up. If they push their pawn, I'll probably move my bishop to b6 or 5 or whatever that is. All right, let's complete our development and protect the pawn. Let's see. I will, next move, probably get my rook out. One of my rooks to the d file. I do want to push my, e pawn pretty badly. So, oh, and that allows me to do so. What is this? He's got a pin against my king with that rook move, but there's nothing attacking the pawn that defends it. So I'm gonna push 1 more time. I'm trying to figure out how the heck I can get a queen trade going. All right, I think let's go like this. Let's get the 2 rooks going. First rook here doesn't really create a threat, but it does take an open file. I do have to be careful about this battery that the queen could create with the bishop. Kind of wish I'd moved my bishop first before doing what I had done there. Okay, here's my idea. I'm going to develop my rook to the square, line up with the queen, and then I'm going to push my pawn here to try to force a queen trade. If I push my b pawn, okay, so he's locked out my bishop. I could set this up a little bit more so that I don't end up with isolated pawns. So what happens if I push this pawn? I don't think that's a problem either. Okay, now I'm definitely not taking that pawn. I'm going to, oof, what happens here? If I move my bishop up, they can attack it right away, but then I capture it. So yeah, I think that's fine. I was looking at if they move their h pawn, my bishop could potentially get trapped, but there's no way I'm opening the pawns up in front of my king. Okay, now what can we do here? Let's see. I can now I can start kind of poking at this queen right here because this. Oof. No, I don't want to do that. That would be sacrificing a pawn. Let's continue with our plan. Create a threat. I do have a pawn majority on this side, queen side. I would love a queen trade. That'd be great. Would I recapture here with my own queen, or what would I do? Well, if he doesn't take it, then I'm just going to keep trying to get a queen trade. I only have 50 seconds, so I kind of have to hurry up. I think at this point, I'm just going to try to go for any moves where... all right, hold on. Ooh, okay, this move right here forces some sort of a trade, so I'm going to do it. Get the... Oh, no, it doesn't. The bishop can still... The bishop can still go back. Yeah. Well, let's get... I'm seeing some kind of risks on this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. I might somehow... Oh. Okay, so he's going for a sacrifice. I'm definitely taking that. Okay, can we... I really want a queen trade, but I can't do it. Let's go like this. Oh my god, I lost by time. Let's look at this and see what we could have done. I can't believe I just lost that game. Okay, yeah, so we were winning the whole game. I think it's just, I don't mind this kind of loss. I mean, I had no mistakes, no misses, no blunders. I had one inaccuracy, so I don't mind it. Let's see, all of these are book moves, it looks like. Wow, we had a good amount of book moves, so this is great. Took the pawn, which forced him to retake. Knight jump was okay, then he blundered. Take it. I retreated my bishop. Instead, I should have... Hold on. Instead of retreating my bishop, I should have traded right away. Trade. Castle. Take the knight. Pushing the pawn wasn't the greatest move. It likes pushing this pawn. I'm not so sure why, but develop the queen. Okay, didn't like this bishop move. It likes pushing the pawn one up. We moved it next move. Okay. Bishop. Rook to the center is fine, but better is the other rook. Interesting. Moving this rook is good, but better would have been to... Yeah, see, I did look at this move, but I thought it kind of gives up a pawn for no reason. Let's see the moves. Oh. All right. I continued with my plan on the right side. They continued, and then I moved the bishop. Better here would have been to infiltrate my queen. Okay, so now I attack their queen. At this point, I was a little afraid of my f7 pawn, so... No. I attack the bishop. Inaccurate. So what I was afraid of is that, let's go into analysis. In this position, I thought that... well, I thought that he was going to go like this. And if I went like this, that protects against a check. But I considered this move as well. So pushing the pawn, it kind of sacrifices, but it does open things up. Well, continuing, so let's see, best move would have been to, oh. Best move would have been to take the pawn. Then I could try to force a queen trade. Okay. Oh. In this case here, it doesn't like me pushing the pawn. What does it like me doing? Wow, it wants me to totally ignore that. It wants me to just go like that. Okay, so they sacrifice. Now I'm starting to get a little afraid of checkmate, so didn't really do anything about it, but I was worried about it. Although, looking back, they can't really get to the... No, they could. They could get to the h6 square pretty easily, so... I jumped my queen in. Probably next move I was going to take with my bishop. All right, I think I need to go into analysis here because, yeah, I wasn't going to see this move. The problem here is that if they get to the h6 square, it's checkmate. So this is probably the only good move. But what I was probably going to do is do something like this. But what happens if they do this? You can give a check and then force a trade. I see, but there's no way with like 10 seconds left I was going to see that. So I was most likely going to lose this game. But so what does it suggest that I do here? It takes, yeah. So this would have been a very annoying move for them. What if they just blocked with the rook? They can't, it's checkmate. Okay. All right, so I mean, honestly, I lost on time and I'm over here like explaining things, so I don't mind that too much.